Okay. Well, you guys, you haven't had noticed any added excitement, you said, for playing Duke from your players at all. It doesn't matter to you guys?
No, I think the excitement comes just from playing in the NCAA tournament. I mean, that's what you think about. That's what you look forward to. So, again, whoever the opponent was, but the opponent really didn't matter. We're just excited to be in Orlando and play in the NCAA tournament.
One thing I heard from Shire and some of his players as well, like they know Oral Roberts in a way that I don't think they would have a couple of years ago. And said, you know that name, you associate it with, a really good basketball team. I asked Kareem and Deshane about that, and they took some real pride in that. If you have so many guys who have been around for a couple of years, were part of the Sweet 16 run, they should feel good about the way they've put ORU on the map, right?
Yeah, I mean, they've obviously represented us really well, and you're just really proud of who they are as people. And, I've said this before, that good people make good players, and who they are as people and how they've elevated a program. And through the course of time, this wasn't like it's an overnight success. We've been fortunate that we've gotten better every single year. And, we're kind of translated to 30 wins this year, which is the best ORU has ever had at the Division I level. And they're a huge part of that. So they should be proud about that.
I asked Connor, coming to ORU, playing in games like this was the biggest reason why he decided to come here. But then he also said he wouldn't have it any other way. He wanted Duke. I mean, it seems like the sentiment of your crew.
Yeah, I mean, you want to. Again, when you come to the NCAA tournament, you're going to play a good team, and Duke is obviously playing really well. I don't want to get into the seeding of the NCAA tournament and think, hey, this guy's overseeded, underseeded. But again, being a 12, we're excited about Duke being a 5. That's a matchup, and we'll be ready to tip off tomorrow night.
We've talked a lot about the players and their experience from 2 years ago, what it's meant for them. Are you a better coach now than you were 2 years ago because of that?
Yeah, well, I'm a better coach because I've got better players. If you've ever noticed, the coach of the year and the player of the year usually are from the same team. So this isn't very difficult to figure out. To coach a 3-time AP All-American and Max Asmus is going to make me better. I do think that the more you're around in anything, you kind of see things a little bit clearer. And so there's things in the game that, I may not have noticed 6 or 7. And even as an assistant coach, you may not have noticed now being a head coach. So all of that definitely plays a part. But, I am a better coach because of the players in that locker room.
You guys have maybe one of the best seasons in ORU history, regular seasons.
It is. It's not maybe.
Maybe. You guys have the best regular season in ORU history.
Yeah.
How important is it to have some NCAA tournament success to add to that? Would it take some of the accomplishment away if you didn't have a run in the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, I do. I mean, again, these guys are experienced. They've been around the block. They understand what it takes, and they're talented. We're not here if we're not talented. So because we're talented, but the winning helps. They know what it takes to win, and definitely a benefit.
We've talked to you a lot about that game for March. Is that everything you guys need to do to be successful in this one? Or because of, you mentioned Sunday, the 2 7-footers that they'll play, it just some of the challenges that they present, is there anything even beyond that you need to do to have success against this particular team?
No. I mean, if you can take care of the ball, you can make the other team take as difficult a shot as possible. If you can make sure that we limit their second chance opportunities. I saw Kelly's article. If you win the intangibles and make sure that we're doing those things, and then defend without fouling. We've done those things, and so there's really nothing to add. I mean, a game for March is important. We're here now. We've been able to do that so far in March. Obviously, trying to continue that tomorrow.
You're one of the most analytical, statistic-driven coaches that I've ever met in my time. When you look at Duke, what are some obstacles that they present, not only with their height, but what they have on the court?
Yeah, I mean, they are the tallest team in the country, so and that allows them to be the 8th best offensive rebounding team in the country. You could be tall, but you have to have some guys who have some mobility. Their bigs have a ton of mobility. And then at the same time, sometimes bigs don't necessarily shoot the ball. They're top 25 at being able to convert at the free throw line. So they pose a lot of problems. And with all that being said about their offense, defensively, they're top 25 in the country. I mean, they're the 24th best defense. So Their length, their ability to switch out onto people, their ability to limit you to one shot it makes for a really difficult matchup.
Your players are all here in Orlando, so they're not going to see our sportscast and stuff. What are you going to tell them before the game going out there?
We're built for this. I mean, we're ready. There's nothing really to add to what I have to say. We're built for it. We understand it. We know what it takes. I mean, we're going to take this, pretty cliche, but one possession at a time. And at the end of those possessions, we'll see. But it'll come down to one or two possessions, in my opinion. And we just need to make sure we're doing the things that add value to every single possession that we have.
When we were talking to Isaac up there at the press conference, I think he wanted to kind of steer every question about Duke back to ORU. Do you kind of feel like your players are kind of tired of hearing about Duke? And
yeah, I don't know. I think he's been coached well. Make sure the sound bites about ORU and not anybody else. So he's just well versed on how to answer questions.
What's your relationship with Coach Shire? Like, have you met him before?
Yeah, I've met John. John and I, we were at an AAU event way back in, I want to say 2014. And I told him I had great animosity towards him because he had a big shot in order to send us home in the Elite Eight. And they went on to the Final Four in 2010. So he's done a phenomenal job. Jay Lucas, one of their assistant coaches, is on. I've known Jay since he's been in the 7th grade. So to watch those guys and how they've elevated a program coming behind what is the greatest coach that our sport has ever seen. He's done phenomenal work with a really young basketball team.